Welcome to another episode of Not Too Deep. I'm your host, Grace Ann Helbig the First. Today is very exciting. We have Claudia Sulewski here with us. She's a YouTuber. She's a brand new fashion mogul, and she will debunk any ideas that you had of riding horses in the ocean as being romantic. Get ready for an episode that you can't forget.
Not too deep.
Turn your great idea into a reality with Squarespace. They make it easier than ever to launch your passion project, whether you're showcasing your work or selling products of any kind. With beautiful templates and the ability to customize just about anything, you can easily make a beautiful website all by yourself. But if you do get stuck, Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support is there to help. Head to squarespace.com/grace for a free trial. And when you are ready to launch, use the offer code GRACE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Not too deep. Not too deep. With Grace Helbig.
Claudia, thank you so much for being here.
Oh my God, thank you so much for having me.
Of course, this is so exciting. I see you're wearing a lot of jewelry.
I am wearing a lot
Are
of
you
jewelry.
wearing any from your new line?
Oh my God, that's so bad because I'm not.
That's okay. That's okay. It's all very good jewelry, but I mean, I'm sure yours is better.
I'm wearing one of my shirts. I mean, this is just a basic, but it's
I
from
love
my
it.
line. Just to
Let's talk. This is the biggest thing that's happening right now. By the time this podcast goes out, this will be, a little bit in the past, but you just announced that you have a line at Nordstrom. This is crazy. Talk to us about this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so surreal. I mean, it's a brand that I've shopped at my entire life. The collaboration is with Nordstrom BP, which is one of their sort of branches and sections that's been around for around like 30 years. And they've never really partnered with anyone on it or made anyone like the face of it or anything. So this is new for them. It's new for me. And the opportunity came around like late last year.
Okay.
And I feel like when I first got it, I didn't process what was happening. I kind of was
huge.
Oh, this is cool. Yeah, let's meet him. And then in January, I had my first trip out to Seattle because that's where the headquarters are.
Oh, cool.
And I had to meet, like 50 people from Nordstrom, all of them being women. It was so empowering.
Wow. And also so intimidating.
So intimidating. I basically had to fly over there and sort of like convince them that I'm the girl to do it.
Yeah.
We kind of had to like pitch myself and how I can, contribute to promoting the line and all my creative ideas and stuff. Very intimidating, but it was so great. They're all so sweet.
That's cool. Because this is more than just like a YouTuber making merch. This is an actual like fully formed clothing and accessories line. Like you have everything.
So I didn't even realize that going into it either. So once it was official, contracts were signed, I met with all of the departments. I didn't realize that I was going to meet with a bunch of different departments. I thought it was just going to be a few t-shirts and pants and dresses.
Yeah.
And so we met with like clothing, shoes, accessories, pajamas, intimates, hair scrunchies, jewelry, like just
Scrunchies has its own section?
I mean, it was under accessories, but I felt like that was a good one.
I just want to imagine
there.
that there's an executive that's solely responsible for scrunchies.
Just scrunchies.
I wish.
We took it seriously. I handpicked all of the materials and colors and what the
cool.
packs. Yeah, it was fun.
Where do you even start with something like that? Because I watched your announcement video and like all of the kind of the promo videos for it, and you seem really hands-on with it. It's not like you're just taking a bunch of photos in clothes that they've already picked out that you're going to put your name on. Yeah, how does that process work?
So I feel like you can relate on this with just having a background of YouTube where you're so used to having control of everything. And so I sort of that trickles into everything that I work on, where I just want to see everything that's happening and want to kind of sort of add my input into everything. And the cool thing about doing it with Nordstrom is they've been doing this for obviously so long. They're such professionals and they do everything so fast. And so they had so much to bring to the table, being like, all right, so these silhouettes, these pieces were, there's a trend forecast of what's going to do well at what time of year. And so we had outlines and things, and the first thing we start off was colors, like what the color palette's going to be. I was like, I for sure need purple. I'm obsessed with purple. It's my favorite color. We did like purple, mustard yellow, and red. Great.
Cool.
And then we went into patterns, and they had like a few starting patterns. And then I would get super specific and be like, well, let's blow this one out, change the color to this, change the color to that. Let's look at the other ones. I had someone from like the print department bring an entire book of prints, and I was just going through all of them and changing things. And so once we got those established, then we kind of were just like tacking patterns and colors to different silhouettes that we had planned and kind of envisioning what it looks like as a whole, because we wanted to make sure that you can create outfits within the line.
Right.
You know? And so, I mean, just like every single time I flew out there, I was like amazed because of how fast and efficient they work. It was so fun.
That's so cool. And like the fun byproduct is that you get to just have a bunch of clothes that you design that you get to wear now.
I have an entire clothing rack in my bedroom that's dedicated just to BP times Claudia Sulewski.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
How do you keep something like that a secret for so long?
You don't. I told everyone in my life, just not the internet. Oh my God. Yeah. Like I was so dramatic with it. My mom was visiting me, and I brought her to the Grove at Nordstrom, and I like sat her in the BP section, and I looked over at her and I was like, so mother, you know this section? Guess whose face is going to be in this section?
That's how you told her?
That's how I told her.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have a background in art?
Well, I've always been like a crafty gal.
Sure.
Loved art class, loved painting.
Yeah.
I paint a lot to sort of reduce stress and chill out.
A good way to do it.
It is really good. And I've always like sort of done weird little crafty things like in school growing up. I would say my first business was bookmark drawing in third grade.
Drawing bookmarks.
I would draw bookmarks and laminate them with tape and like sell them to like teachers and students. And I had characters. I had this like frog character that people would ask me to draw the frog in different situations. like draw the frog playing hockey for like my one friend. Anyways, so that was a booming business.
Yeah, you were already an entrepreneur.
Yeah, we got right into it.
And a cartoonist, apparently.
And then that followed by soap making. I made soaps.
A natural childhood activity.
And I made like lip balms in like little jars and stuff. And like the profit wasn't great because I was spending so much money on little canisters and like glycerin and fragrances. My parents were like, okay, you know, whatever keeps you busy.
You gotta learn.
Yeah.
You gotta learn somehow.
So I think I just love adding my creativity to anything. So this was such a fun way.
That's so cool.
To just...
And it must feel nice because you've been doing YouTube for how long now?
10 years.
10 years, a decade.
This year's 10 years, yeah.
And so it must be nice to kind of have a different outlet for your creative energy. Because what are your thoughts and feelings on YouTube currently? Or like, how has your evolution gone?
I'm in a great place right now.
Oh, that's good. Congratulations. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Feeling great. I feel like everyone goes through hills and valleys of it. And I feel like the thing that's sort of stuck with me is my content is just very relative to whatever I'm going through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm moving, I'm all about the moving vlogs. If I'm, working on something, I'm all about that. And so that kind of sort of helps me stay fresh with my content because I've never really fallen into the pattern of like doing trends on YouTube. I'm the worst YouTuber in that sense. Like I barely watch those videos and I don't know what's trending. I just sort of do whatever I want. But yeah, I'm in a place right now where I recognize how special this is. I feel like for a while, maybe YouTube wasn't considered that serious or there's negative connotations towards it because of some of the crazy videos that are out there. But essentially YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff, they're just platforms and tools to create whatever you want. So it's whatever you make of it.
Sure.
So that's just what I remind myself.
That's very healthy to think of it that way.
I try to remind myself that. I really do.
Are you big? You're big into Instagram then too?
Love Instagram, yeah.
Is that more of your number one?
It kind of is at this point now. Well, I would never, I've never used IGTV.
Yeah,
I
me
just
either.
I don't know how it would do.
I
It's
click
one more
it
thing
accidentally all the time.
Yep.
And then I feel like I've entered like an alternate dimension and I don't know how to get out.
Is it like a thing that we should be doing?
I ask that all the time. And I my answer to myself is no.
Okay. That's what I've been telling myself.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like by the time I actually get it figured out, they'll be like, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's a feature that we tried and no one used it. I'm like, but I just figured it out. Please.
No, that's what I'm terrified of. So, I mean, YouTube and Instagram, definitely the biggest. I suck on Twitter. I'm so bad at it.
Yeah, Twitter.
Oh my God.
Well, Twitter's a whole minefield now. So
This is
it's
true.
like I think everyone sucks on Twitter right
This
now.
is true.
So you're not alone. Do you who do you follow on like Instagram? Like who's your go-to to look at?
Ooh. Right now, I'm really into following like shelter and dog adoption accounts.
Oh, that's
So I
great.
really want to adopt a dog.
Oh, is that the next big project?
That's so funny. It's totally a project as a YouTuber. You're like, well, I'm going to make these vlogs about the dog and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. No, but I'm just obsessed with pit bulls right now. So that's the
pit
first
bulls.
thing that came to mind. You know what? Also, though, this
Yeah.
is very recent as of like this morning. Have you seen, I've seen some crazy content about fish lately. Have you seen the fish in the tube?
tubes?
Did you see the one about the fish being like shot out of a plane?
Yes, the trout that
Yes.
gets
Yes.
like shot out of planes. And someone tweeted like, I just want one day where I can come on Twitter and not find out that fish are being fucking abused in a different way.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it's nuts. I don't know what's going on.
I don't either.
And I don't know, is it good? Are they doing
Okay,
good things?
yeah, they're like
technically it's good, but it looks like very violent.
Very traumatizing.
Yeah.
Like, what I'm wondering is how are they doing once they get back in that water? You know what I
Are
mean?
there any like wellness checks, like follow-ups?
Like, are they, I don't know. Are they depressed? Are they going to
Right.
keep making little fishies?
Also, are other scientists like seeing this, realizing like this is helpful and now feel challenged to create the next most ridiculous way to get fish from one
What's
place
next?
to another place?
What's next? I have no idea.
I'm very excited. It does distract me from the horrors of the world. So if that's what it takes, I say more fish content, please.
Well, the sad thing is I watched that video this morning and I like before reading the tweet, I just saw the video and I thought it was plastic being shot out of a plane. Like it looked like little pieces of plastic. The fact that like that's what came to my mind before fish.
You're like, this makes sense.
I
They're
was
just like dumping plastic everywhere.
Well, did you see the thing about like it raining plastic now?
No.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, I saw this
Oh
yesterday.
no, what's going on?
that like particles, I forgot where it is, but like particles of plastic are being, what is the word?
Made into rain.
Yeah, like it's in the
Evaporation.
snow. Yeah, it's in the snow. It's in the rain,
Uh-huh.
and it's yeah.
Oh, so now great. That's
Oh,
cool.
yeah, no.
That's fun. That's
Yeah.
very cool. At least we got rid of straws.
This is
You know,
true. Here we are, metal straws.
Yeah, our first step.
One step at a time.
I love your vlogs, and I watched a ton of your moving vlogs when you moved. Your place is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
And I watch them because there's something so satisfying about watching someone decorate like with thought and like meticulously. What do you, because your vlogs are so just authentically yourself and you hanging out and you and your boyfriend, what do you choose to show versus what do you not choose to show? Do you have like kind of a line drawn in your head of like how much of your personal life gets put online?
Good question. I feel like, for starters, since I've been doing this for so long, I sort of just at this point know what's worth showing and what's
Sure.
not worth showing as far as like filters or being patient with releasing some news. And because, it's like once you put something out, it's out there, everyone can judge it. But in terms of like vlogging with other people, like you said, with my boyfriend, earlier this year, we went on a Cabo trip and I did this like whole thing. Or every time we go on cute trips, I always vlog it because it's super cute. And
Yeah.
memories. And every time he's like, wow, I like never, when I look back on that trip, I don't think of you being on your camera. But you filmed so much and you made it look like,
Yeah.
it. And I think it's all about the way that I look at vlogging is like when I pull out a camera, it's an opportunity to like make something happen. If something's already happening, I don't want to ruin it by pulling out a camera.
Sure.
So instead, like when I pull out a camera, that's when I want to sort of just like make a joke or say something funny. And that kind of helps to not like disrupt the present and whatever is already happening.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause no one really likes when you're like, oh, can you say that again? Just say it. You know what I mean? Like I would rather authentically create a memory just on camera.
Mm-hmm.
And he's so game and all my friends are so game to do that. And so I think it's a little bit of that and a lot of just montage clips. You know, you just like keep the camera like low down here. And you just film yourself walking. You add some music in there. Super cute, looks thoughtful. But vlogging is my favorite. I love it. And that is where I feel like my community is just like the most interactive.
Yeah.
When I'm like, all right, you guys, should I put this chair in this corner or this corner? And they're like, that one for sure. So I love the moving vlogs.
Yeah, that's great. Is there anyone that you watch online that's similar to that? Or like, do you watch YouTube videos?
Yeah, I go through phases. Right now I've been slacking. But vlogs are always the most fun because it's so personal. And so you fall into a rabbit hole. But I watch a lot of my friends. Oh gosh, I'm really bad right now.
You do watch a lot of your friends' videos?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's real sweet. I don't do that.
I like to keep up, you know.
I think I'd be like, what are you doing? So,
don't say that. Don't do that.
That's real sweet, though. Okay, let's talk about your boyfriend. How did you guys meet each other?
Oh my gosh. So basically,
Phineas.
Bottom line, Phineas. Okay. So Phineas is a musician, writes music, produces music, sings music. So we have some mutual, or he's worked with my friends in the past.
Okay.
So for the past like 2 years, my friend Rebecca and Drew have like brought him up in conversations being like, oh my God, I just had a session with this guy. You know, you guys would like really hit off, but it's not worth it because he's always out of town. And so I never thought anything of it.
But that's also such a tease for them to be like, you would love this guy. Never mind.
You guys would hit off. I think he had like a girlfriend at the time too, actually, now that I remember. But I always remembered the name Phineas because Phineas, you know, how many people are named Phineas? And we actually technically met through a dating app.
Really?
I was on my phone, just like scrolling through profiles, saw his name, and I was like, is this the man's that you brought up to me? And she's like, oh my God, yes. Like, you need to do it. And I think like a week later, I invited him out to the movies with the two friends that he also knew.
Oh, that's
so it was
a nice,
a great, non-threatening, super just... neutral experience. And we hit it off immediately. And that entire week, we spent every single day together. And then he was gone for a week. And then we hung out for another week and he was gone. But it like caught him right.
Electric.
A good time. It was,
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Also takes the pressure off of them from like initiating the setup of you guys if it didn't work out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all we did was watch a movie. So they just like showed up and then everything else just.
They were just warm bodies around you.
That's what we needed. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. So how long have you guys been together now?
It's almost going to be a year. We're at like almost 11 months now.
Wow.
Which like ultimately isn't that long in the grand scheme of things, but he's just my best friend and I love him so much. And it feels like I've known him for so long. So
I know. It seems like you guys have done a ton in the last year.
Yeah. That's what we think about. We're just like, oh, Jesus Christ, we've been on so many planes and we've done so many things.
I mean, and traveling is like a huge thing for couples, like to find out that's like a make or break situation.
Totally.
And a lot of couples can probably date for a long time before they even get to that travel phase. So you guys kind of skyrocketed right there.
Because there's two things that could have gone against us. The first one is, you know, having that long distance sort of aspect, but it works because I keep myself busy and he keeps himself busy. So when he's gone, like right now, he's gone for 3.5 weeks. We obviously cried before we said goodbye. It was very dramatic, but I'm also like, okay, great. I can get back into her Pilates. I can like see other friends. I can, you know, and
you can live your life a little bit.
Yeah. And so it helps to kind of keep each other in check and like get a bunch of work done. But at the same time, we get to travel together, which is so much fun. And that could be a stressful experience if like, you know, you don't travel well or you two just aren't whatever, but we're just both so chill and always just like want to have fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
Where's like the coolest place you guys have been this year?
Maybe Australia. I mean, that was my first time.
Oh, really?
So we went to Australia.
How was that?
It was crazy. We obviously hopped around a bunch because they were touring, and we went to this island called Magnetic Island. It was the most insane day of my life. We took a helicopter onto this island. We get onto the island. We get on a boat for 2 hours. We're swimming around. Then we get onto horses. We start riding the horses in the ocean, which, by the way, is commercialized as such a fun thing. And I'm actually going to bunk that right now because horse poop floats.
Oh, no.
Okay. Actually, let me jump back a few steps.
Yeah.
Also the saddles that we had. So first of all, this horse riding experience, it was so beautiful.
Sure.
But it was 2 or 3 hours long. And sometimes, Phineas and I have little patience. We're okay, this is so awesome, but come on, let's
we
do
got
the next
it.
thing.
Yeah.
So we're riding for an hour. It's beautiful. It's hot. We're kind of sweating. Then we're about to get onto the beach to go through the water, and we had to take the saddles off because they can't get wet. So we're barebacked. I think that's what it's called. My vagina hurts so much. And you have nowhere to put your feet, so you're just holding on for dear life. And the horse is so tall. This is my first time. Yeah. And we're all going in a line in the ocean, and just one by one, each horse just starts pooping. And the shit is literally just hitting your shins. You can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it because you're gonna fall off. I think my horse did it first, and Phineas was behind me, and he was oh no, oh dear God, oh Claudia, your horse is shitting. Oh God.
Yeah, that's definitely not advertised in the brochure.
No. And so every time we see on Instagram an Insta baddie riding a horse in the ocean, we DM it to each other. We go, we know what this is actually like.
Yeah,
we know.
Your shins got shit all over them. That's so funny. Oh God, I love that romantic excursion is the nastiest thing. But other than that, Australia was great.
Oh my God, it was amazing. It was beautiful. Listen, it led to a great story, so I'll take it. But in the moment, oh my God.
Wow. Okay, we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
When we get back, I have a ton more questions for you, and then Twitter will have some questions for you. We'll be right back with more Not Too Deep. Woo!
Not too deep.
I bet you have a dream that you'd like to turn into a reality. Well, guess what? Our good buds at Squarespace can help you do it. They make it easier than ever to launch your passion project. You want to start a new business, showcase that work, publish your content, sell your products, or more. Squarespace is the tool for you. They have beautiful templates created by world-class designers and the ability to customize just about anything with a few clicks so you can easily make a beautiful website yourself. Squarespace's powerful e-commerce functionality lets you sell anything online, and they have analytics that help you grow your site in real time. Everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box, and there's nothing to patch or upgrade ever. Buying domains is simple, and you'll get the help you need with Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support. They empower millions of people, designers, lawyers, artists, gamers, restaurants, gyms, to turn great ideas into something real. So head to squarespace.com/grace for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use the offer code GRACE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/grace, offer code GRACE. All right, we're back. Clean shins, ready to go. Clear eyes,
clean now.
Clean shins, full hearts, can't lose. Let's talk about acting.
Okay.
You do a ton of it. Has this
Yes.
always been something that you've wanted to pursue?
Yeah, so growing up, it was always something that I was fascinated by. I always wanted to do it way before YouTube, but never really knew how to go about it.
Yeah.
Why I didn't do theater, I don't know. By the time I started YouTube, I didn't have enough time.
Sure.
But when I moved out to Los Angeles, I was 18.
Wow.
Yeah, I was very young. I can't believe my parents let me do that.
You did
honestly.
like the LA story.
I really did do the LA story. I did it hard. Yeah. I remember the day that I moved, I had been planning this for, 8 months, where I'm going to live, my roommate, everything. And the day I was supposed to drive across country, I bought myself a car. I was going to drive across country.
You were going to drive across country by yourself?
with my parents.
With your parents, okay.
But I told my dad, like, hey, today's the day. And he was like, what? I'm like, I'm moving. He's like, what? Like today? I'm like, yeah. Do you not see all of the boxes in the living room? Like I've been packing up my life for 2 weeks. He shifted some things around and was able to come. God bless. But okay, acting. Yeah. So I moved out to LA, sort of the idea of like, okay, great. YouTube is so fun. It's going so great. But what else do I want to do?
Yeah.
Because I knew this was like the route that I wanted to pursue and keep going and see where it takes me. And so I came in with open arms. And at that time, I started working with Awesomeness a lot. And they did so many different things. I started doing like hosting stuff. So I had like this show with them for Android where I had different guests on and we were doing different things. And that led into me hosting for Teen Vogue. I became their like first ever YouTube host. So I would cover red carpets and interview celebrities. And
that fun shtick. That must have been a real treat.
Real fun. Memorizing specific questions for specific people.
Having to, just basically like do flashcards of who everyone is constantly.
Oh, I would do like little code words and then save it as my lock screen on my phone. So I'd like see someone and then like the 3 words that I gave myself and then I would,
That's very smart.
Little tricks. And so I did that for a year and it was such a great experience. It was so fun and it made me feel very just like fulfilled and excited at the moment and everything. And once that sort of wrapped up, I thought to myself, well, it doesn't challenge me as much as it did in the beginning. When you're doing that, you just like channel this energy, like, hey guys, you know what I mean? And and that's great for so many people, but I wanted to try something else. And so that's when I had the moment to myself where I was like, okay, whoa, if someone had told me that I would have done this, just a few years ago, I would have never believed them. And acting was always something that I wanted to try, but I felt like I sort of had like imposter syndrome where I was like, who am I to jump into this if I've never done theater and don't know much about it and I'm just a YouTuber and all that stuff. But thinking about, hosting and how I just jumped into that like without, totally blinded and was able to do that and have so much fun with it. I, called my manager at the time and was just like, I don't know how this works, but if you ever get any if there's any opportunity to go in on an audition, I would love to. I don't know. And I quickly booked this show called Tagged that I think there's 3 seasons out on Hulu.
Okay.
And that was just such pure luck. Like I just fit the character and so I was able to do it. And it was so much fun.
What's that show?
So it's called Tagged and it's about these 3 girls that get blackmailed by this guy named Monkey Man. And he like shot someone and everyone has a secret. It's your classic sort of high school thriller drama and it gets really intense. And it has like a really cult following. Like it was so fun. Cool. And some of my best friends are, people that I met on that show. And so that sort of like gave me the bug and, made me realize how much I want to do this. And so I just continued to act in different things and book different projects and I got agents. And now I'm at the point where I've got a coach that I'm working with multiple times a week on everything. And it's definitely my main focus, even if I haven't like filmed anything in a year or whatever, because the auditions that I go out for are like the big league stuff, like network television shows and huge movies and everything. And so it's all about just like when the right thing comes, the right thing comes. Yeah. And I think I like didn't realize that going into it either, that the acting industry, there's so many people and it's all about like connections and just going into casting directors many times and building those relationships. It's a whole beast that I was unaware of, but I'm so down, I'm game. And it's something that I take really seriously and I love it. I enjoy it so much.
It's always when you least expect it too.
Yeah.
And it's always when you truly don't think you're right for something that they're like, no, you're it. And you're like, what?
So now I'm busy for the next 2 months?
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any ridiculous auditioning stories?
Or
or embarrassing audition?
Yes.
Yay!
Okay. I have one. Okay. This audition, it like sounds awful, but it ended up being so great. So it was for this like horror thing or something.
Okay.
And the last scene was the character's like looking in the mirror and she's like brushing her teeth or something.
Uh-huh.
And then she like looks down and she looks up and something's different on her face. Then she looks down, there's like worms in the sink. Then she looks up, there's someone behind her. Like it was like a whole thing.
Like
and I had to act it out. Yeah. And I was like, how do you want me to do this? Because no one's talking with you in the scene.
Yeah.
And so I'm going through the movements in my head and like reacting like bigger. And then for the finale, I jump back and like scream, right?
Yeah.
And there was like a blanket with like 2 tripod stick things holding it.
Oh.
And I bump into the tripod and like the whole like backdrop almost like falls. I think it wiggled, but it was fine. But I like fell to the floor dying laughing because it was so funny. But that was, and we all started laughing though. They're like, no, don't do it again. That was great. That was so great. We got the shot. But I've had like also just weird experiences where it's like such a good time that like the casting director and I just like hug it out after. She's like, it's so great to like, what? That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
They're just fun. They're fun
that's
rooms to be in.
great. That's so fun. I mean, God, I want your like optimism and enthusiism for all of this.
It's not that great all the time, but like, make the best of it.
I read you did stand up.
No.
You didn't?
Never.
Oh, then Diane, your notes are a little off.
Oh my God, I wish. That's probably my biggest fear right there.
I've never done stand up before, and
I feel like you'd be great at it.
It terrifies me. I've done like storytelling and stuff like that, but straight up like, here are my rehearsed jokes. I have a real hard time with that.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you haven't done yet that you really want to do?
That's a great question. I really just want to continue getting into like the business side of things.
Really?
Like I don't know where this BP thing will continue to go and how far it will, and who knows what that will turn into or whatever. But sort of being able to like see the business side of things and starting to just branch out on things that are off of YouTube excites me.
Yeah.
And so whatever that leads to, like I want to do more of that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Talk to me about BeautyCon.
Okay.
I've never been. What's it like?
It's a convention. It's a lot more tame than like VidCon and Playlists. Those
All
get a
I
little
know
crazy.
is you get to walk away with trash bags full of cosmetics and products.
Yes. I didn't this year because I was like, this is overwhelming. I'm in and out. And I didn't, unfortunately, I did not go. I was so hungry and the buffet line was so long. And I was like, I'm not even going to do that. I didn't even have the patience to get myself food, which is insane. But no, BeautyCon is so fun. It's just like, all the different vendors and makeup companies and booths and stuff. And everyone is just very respectful and sweet.
Yeah.
This year I had like a panel with my friend Lauren Elizabeth. And after the panel, a bunch of people wanted to meet us and all of them were just, waited their turn. It was very just
so nice.
tame and
so polite.
So polite. It was so sweet. I was like, wow, I feel holier and just more pure and just sweet after this experience.
Yeah, you feel like you've been treated like a human being.
So nice.
And not a piece of meat.
Totally.
Yeah, that's great. Do you have a particular convention that you prefer?
Ooh, I mean, I haven't been to any other I'm such a bad YouTuber. I'm so bad.
No, you're fine.
My first one was Playlist Live Orlando. Yeah. And I don't know if any can top that one because that was just the first time of me being like, YouTuber boys. Yeah. And like, oh my God, I know all these people. And all the network parties, just,
Oh yeah. Yeah. When you, oh yes, I've tied on many a few at all those parties. I had to cut off myself from Playlist because it was not a good look anymore.
It's so funny.
But it is so fun when you walk in for the first time and you see all these people that you've seen on the internet. You're like, I know them. I don't know them, but I know them.
I mean, the drama was crazy. Like one of my friends, Rebecca Black, I remember like our first time meeting, she like kissed some boy. I didn't know her yet. And he kissed me the next day or something.
Whoa.
Just like all
scandal.
And that was like literally my first one, I think.
But now you guys are buds.
Oh my God. I love her to death. Yeah.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. What do you guys do for fun?
Ooh. Great question. What do we do for fun? God, I work just a lot. My social life has just gone so far down.
Do you watch stuff? What do you watch?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I finished Euphoria the other day. Did you watch?
I have not watched.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good?
It's good.
Okay.
My friend Lucas is in it, so I wanted to like support him and watch it.
Yeah.
And the entire show is just like a giant music video.
Really?
Like it was interesting to watch just from like a filming and storytelling perspective, and the music. Like, didn't Drake score the show or like help
You're
with
asking the wrong
help with the soundtrack, or maybe gotta fact check that.
Sure.
I don't like the music was just insane and the colors and everything. You just like you feel like you're watching and you're like on drugs.
That's
like
cool.
very trippy show.
Yeah.
So that was fun to watch. What else to do to relax? I mean, painting.
I get it, girl. You live a very busy life.
I don't know.
Okay, you were saying before that you went on tour with Phineas?
Yeah, I join when I can.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's that experience like?
So weird and crazy.
Is it?
I mean, it's so great. I love his family so much.
Yeah.
And it's such a great opportunity to always just be together with them because, they're traveling so often. So I personally like love the lame stuff. Like for them, it's lame. But for me, like I love sleeping in like the tour bunks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're just like these little coffins. I'm a little claustrophobic. So like if I fall asleep along the wall, I freak out in the middle of the night and I have to like switch over and make it a whole thing. But besides that, like it's so foreign to me that I'm like, oh my God, we're going to sleep on a tour bunk. This is so fun. He's like, no, this isn't. This sucks. But so that's really fun. And it's really crazy to just sort of see the behind the scenes of it all, just as far as like airport travel and stuff. Like in Australia, it was crazy. They let you just go to the gate. As long as you go through security, if you don't have a plane ticket, you can just be at the gate. And so all of the different like flights we would do, like there would be fans out.
At the gate?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize
really
that.
Crazy.
Oh, that's nuts.
It's really crazy. And Billy does such a great job at like making sure to say hi everyone and being so sweet to everyone. But sometimes it's just like, whoa, like this is taking time up,
Yeah.
But it's really crazy to see that. It's really exciting to watch too. I think just seeing that and dating him, it's like so inspiring because they're such hard workers. It just makes me want to do the same. So that's that.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's real sweet. I can imagine it's probably so incredibly hectic.
Yeah.
And
I'm like a groupie. I'm a groupie now too. That's like on my resume. I'm like a full-time groupie as well when I can be. And I love it.
That's awesome. Do you have an earthquake emergency kit prepared?
Oh my no. Oh my God. I've been thinking about this for honestly, ever since those two big ones, or was it three? I don't even.
I wasn't even in town for them, so I missed them.
Bad.
Where were you when they happened?
So there was one on 4th of July, right? And then like two the next day. So I didn't feel the one on 4th of July because I was in a car, but I felt the other two and I was home alone and like I have like a loft with a high ceiling, which just freaks me out even more because there's so much window.
Yeah.
The whole thing was shaking. And like, I'm from Chicago. I don't really know what you're supposed to do. I know you're supposed to like go under heavy furniture, door frames, avoid windows.
Yeah.
But
that's
like
about as much as I know.
I was so in shock that like when it happened, I was just sitting on the floor like writing something. I just like stood like this, like I just posted up and didn't move. And that one ended up being like a minute or two long, which was so long.
It was a minute long?
It felt so long.
I didn't know
and
that.
The whole time I was like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I just froze, which is probably the worst thing. But like, okay, where do we get these kits?
Amazon has a lot of like pre-packaged kits.
Okay.
Last I checked, but that was like last year.
And where are you supposed to put it? Just anywhere?
Anywhere? Anywhere? Because what's in the kits? It's like, here's some food that'll last first and water and that sort of thing. And then some other stuff. I don't even know.
So do you run to the kit in the middle of it?
Do you put the kit under some heavy furniture and then that's how you know?
How do we protect the kit?
Yeah. I should put my kit in the place that I should be when the earthquake happens and that's how I'll know where to go. There's that. I mean, I feel like also in the wake of these earthquakes, there's going to be so many. Like, I'm surprised Target doesn't have some like cute ass little earthquake kit that they have available for everyone right now.
So true.
I mean, if JoJo Siwa doesn't come out with a JoJo Siwa earthquake kit at Target, I don't know what she's going to do. I don't know what she's doing. But we'll work on it. I think it's an easy Amazon.
It is an it is an easy Amazon purchase. I think you're right.
Okay, we're going to take one last break. When we get back, Twitter has lots of questions for you, Claudia. So we'll be right back with more Not Too Deep.
Not too deep.
Cove is on a mission to make migraines less of a headache. It begins with a simple consultation. From the convenience of your own home, a licensed doctor reviews your symptoms and determines the best course of treatment for you. Then, your personalized supply of medication is delivered directly to your door. Each treatment plan is personalized and tailored to you. And a few weeks after you begin your treatment, Cove will reach out through their secure patient portal to check how you're feeling. Cove offers both acute and preventative medications, and everything prescribed by Cove's doctors is FDA approved. There is no medical insurance needed. Sign up for Cove and receive your first month of medication free. And we can attest to this because Melissa, producer, director extraordinaire here at Not Too Deep, actually uses this. And we all know I give her goddamn headaches. She's actually taken this, swears by it. Very secure, very easy system. She went on their website. She filled out a questionnaire. It's super simple, super straightforward. And bing, bang, boom. She's happy. So if you suffer from migraine headaches, the last thing you need is to wait to see a doctor. With Cove, there's finally a way to get the help you need when you need it. For a limited time, get your first month of medication free by visiting withcove.com/grace. That's withcove.com/grace.
Not too deep.
Whatever struggles you're facing, from depression and anxiety to trauma and grief, BetterHelp can connect you with a professional counselor in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient. You can schedule secure video or phone sessions, as well as chat and text with your therapist, and anything you share is completely confidential. Best of all, it's an affordable option, and you listeners will get 10% off your first month with the discount code GRACE. So why not get started? Go to betterhelp.com/grace and fill out a questionnaire to get matched with a counselor that you'll love today. Okay, Claudia, before we get into Twitter questions, I'm going to ask you the two questions I ask every single guest that's on the podcast. Mm-hmm. And the first is, who, alive or dead, would you most want to throw cold spaghetti at?
Okay. I thought about this one.
Oh, good.
Because I've listened to many episodes. And I was like, do I go serious and say, like, Trump? But if we're going to take it personal, for the past few months, my neighbors fight so much. Every day. Morning, middle of the night, mid-afternoon, dinner time, lunchtime. It is to the point where, like, I'm just like, the fighters are at it again.
Oh,
like, we just call them the fighters. And
can you hear the words they're saying to each other?
I can when they're out on the balcony.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not, at this point, I'm like, why are you guys still in this relationship? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, you are not helping either. But, okay. I feel like I'd never be the type to, like, just walk in and, like, throw spaghetti. I thought this one through clearly. So I wouldn't necessarily do that. But, like, I imagine there's, like, a world where they're in the middle of a fight. They're going at it. And just, like, the entire ceiling maybe just, like, opens up. And it's just, like, pow! Spaghetti that just falls on them. Would they continue fighting?
That might be the wake-up call they need to either realize that they need to leave the relationship or they need to make some, like, concrete changes.
Or, like, they gotta, like, get the fuck out of there and move out. Because I'm sick of it. I just imagine, like, it's just so much spaghetti falling everywhere and just...
That's incredible. That's a beautiful visual. Thank you so much.
It's graphic. It's the most graphic spaghetti could get.
Oh, I love it. Okay, the other question is to tell us your worst pants shitting story or close call, but you can only use 3 words or 3 small phrases. Okay. Mine is college jogging front lawn.
Okay. Mexico. Oh. Or let me say this again.
Okay.
Mexico to New York.
Oh.
Panel.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
About to walk on.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, oh, no. A big oh, no.
Oh.
That's, like, more sad than it is funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like, I can imagine that situation, and there's no good outcome.
Like, maybe the worst situation. Yeah.
Well, you made it through. You survived. Okay, now let's get into these Twitter questions. We have so many for you. A lot of people want to know, what is the most challenging part of designing a clothing line or designing the line in general?
I would say the most challenging part has also been like the biggest blessing, and it's the fact that it was a collaboration. Because I'm a control freak. I just want, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And so I would say the most challenging part was, agreeing on everything. And it definitely was like as smooth as it could ever be. But of course, when you're designing and you're putting your all into something, like sometimes you're like nervous about literally one thing, like how a sock looks.
Yeah.
So it's sort of that stuff and sort of putting my trust into a brand that's like, we know our customer is going to love this and like this will help. And so it was like finding that middle ground of like, this is a 50-50 collaboration. But at the same time, that was like the blessing because there's so much that I don't know about creating a line that was like, this is so great to have someone holding my hand the whole time.
Totally.
And being able to guide me with, what will work and what doesn't work and stuff. So probably that, because we're just like a little cycle, like a little, over controlling sometimes.
Totally.
But it's so great. Just lots of passion. That's all.
With that, someone wants to know, what's your favorite piece from your clothing line?
Ooh, okay. Well, I love all the patterns. Like there's like this star pattern that I have, this little star tank. So that's got to be my favorite pattern, I believe. But I have this like little patent leather, like black backpack that also turns into a purse.
Oh, I saw that.
She's convertible.
That's cute. She's got many facets, many functions.
Yeah. So you've got the backpack, but then there's like a lever. If you pull at the top, then it like tightens the backpack straps and it just turns into one strap. So you can just sling it over.
That's great.
Very convenient.
Very convenient.
Yes.
One-stop shop.
Yep.
What's like the price point on something like that?
So funny that I don't know exactly that price point, but I do know the range.
Yeah.
It goes from $16 to $89.95. So everything's less than $100. Yeah.
That's awesome. For Nordstrom?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that was a big thing that we wanted to make sure was that let's make these as like the most affordable we can.
Yeah.
So inclusivity in that and also the size range too. I'm so excited and proud about that too. It goes from extra, extra small to 4 times extra large.
That's fantastic.
And like, that's one of the great things about doing it with Nordstrom is like, that we were able to do that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of like YouTubers that make clothing lines or whatever, it's not even just about them not wanting to make it so expansive, but I mean, I don't know what goes into it, but maybe they can't, like there's limitations and stuff. And so that was a huge thing where I was like, yes, oh my gosh, let's definitely do that.
That's fantastic.
So everyone can shop it. Yeah.
Very cool. Someone wants to know, what's your biggest irrational fear?
Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. Mayo.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying mayonnaise. Like manicures. I was like, okay, your nails look great.
Oh my God, that would be funny, huh? No, mayo. Oh my God.
Mayonnaise.
The devil's condiment.
Oh.
It like gives me the shivers thinking about it.
Really?
I don't know why.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's not, I mean, you're not the first person that's thought mayonnaise is totally disgusting.
How do you feel about mayonnaise?
I feel pretty decent about it. I mean, I feel pretty neutral about it.
A light spread.
Yeah.
You don't
I like
glob
it.
it on.
I'm not like eating it with a spoon.
But who is, right?
Someone out there is right now while they're listening to this, and y'all got caught.
They just set it down.
Yeah.
When I was younger, we played Truth or Dare, and someone dared me to like completely like dip a grape into mayo. I think that was the starting point.
That was the seedling of the irrational fear. I get that. Ooh, that's a bad friend.
I think it was a cousin too. Bad cousin.
Bad cousin. You talked about tag shows. So someone wants to know, what was her favorite memory while she was on tag show?
Ooh, okay. Oh, it was so fun because we've shot it in Albuquerque, New Mexico, so it just felt like camp.
Oh, that's cool.
So they do this like hot air balloon festival once a year, I believe, and we were there around that time. And so we all, including like the director, the whole cast, we woke up at like 5 a.m. and just watched hundreds of hot air balloons just like lifting up into the sky. Like we were where they were all parked, just walking through, like drinking like apple cider with blankets.
That's
and
so
like,
cute.
Like so cute. You want to cry. It's so cute. But on the other side of that, not so cute things, we also just like pulled so many shenanigans. Like we stayed at the same hotel every time. So like all the workers in the hotel knew us. And so we would just like, we would run that hotel. We just like ran around. Like we'd be riding like the suitcase, like carts up and down the elevators. And like, it was surprisingly, we never got in trouble, but like we definitely pushed some buttons at that hotel.
It really was like camp then.
It was so cute. Yeah.
Someone wants to know, if you could get paid in anything other than money, what would you want?
Whoa.
I know, that's a tough question.
It's a really tough question. Because first I think of food, but like what kind of food? It's got to be a food that you won't get sick of. You know what I mean?
Right. Gift cards? Is that count as
Gift
money?
cards. That's plane tickets. Maybe plane tickets.
Oh, that's true.
But like, what, you're gonna be traveling for the rest of your life?
I
Like
guess.
planes themselves are not that fun.
No,
I don't know.
that's a tough one.
What about like something diamonds?
diamonds? yeah. Then I will go exchange for
Diamonds.
money.
Exactly. I'm like, what has a great resale value?
Yeah. What doesn't depreciate?
Yeah.
Someone wants to know, what's your best productivity hack?
Ooh, self-timers. Oh my gosh. If there's something like doing like a 20-minute timer, have you ever tried this?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I'm about to rock your world.
Okay.
So if you have like some chores to do at home or like any sort of activity, a lot of things like you can get done in 20 minutes. 20 minutes is a good amount of time, but it's so easy to be distracted, have your phone on you and not being like 100% focused. If you set like a 20-minute timer and you're like, okay, I'm just going to like clean this area for 20 minutes. And once the timer goes off, I'm done. It puts you into like a game mode
Yeah,
where you're like playing
it.
Yeah, you like are playing a game with yourself. So I'll do that all the time. Like on my to-do list, I'll write like 20 minutes kitchen, 20 minutes bathroom. And like literally I have my whole place is just cleaned, you know?
That's so smart.
Doing timers. Yeah.
Yeah, because I am such a mess that like I have 12,000 like half finished things because I'll get distracted and realize like, oh, I was doing that. But wait, then I have to do this and this and this and nothing gets completely finished.
Set a timer.
Wow. You should, I mean, is that a pre-existing system or did you come up with that?
I feel like maybe I've heard it on YouTube or something.
Either way, great hack.
Great hack. I'm not going to take credit for that one though.
Does she still enjoy living in LA?
Yes, she still loves living in LA. Yeah. I love it. I think, a lot of people, say that LA is whatever that.
Sure.
It's extra and the people are in it and are extra and stuff. But I think if you surround yourself with a great group of friends and ultimately, I love the weather. I love that you can we're surrounded by like beaches and mountains and you can go to the desert and there's so many things. And I think also I'm a homebody and I love having a routine.
Yeah.
So when I'm out of it, I get a little stressed out. But once I'm able to just sort of get back into that, I think it's more so just being home.
Yeah.
And like LA it happens to be my home.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you could choose one thing to change about the way others perceive you, what would you pick?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
I know. I've surprisingly had a lot of people tell me that I'm nicer than I look. They're like at parties or something, they're like, you know what? You're really nice. I'm like, shoot, okay. Do I have like a crazy resting bitch face maybe? I don't know. But I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of an open book, right? As I meet someone.
I mean, that's a good one. I mean, for someone to go, you're actually nice.
You're actually nice.
Wow.
Well, that's just out of my control, so I can't change that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel pretty confident in
that's great.
My first impressions.
That's great.
Yeah.
What's one thing you never leave the house without?
Ooh. I mean, at this point, my Keep Cup. I have this, it's called Keep Cup.
Okay.
It's like this, it's like a coffee, like a glass, like coffee mug thing. And I try to bring it out as much as I can to like order coffee and have them fill it up in the cup.
Oh, I got you. I thought you just want to show people your cup. I got this. I just bring it with me around.
I don't even fill it up. I just carry it around with me.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm trying.
You're giving back to the planet.
Yeah. That's like, I feel like that's kind of a lame answer, but it's an important one.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a great answer.
Okay.
What's your perfect date idea?
My perfect date idea. Ooh, that's a good one. I mean, Foreign city exploring. That's my favorite. Is like
no itinerary.
No itinerary, just walking around like a new place.
Wow.
That's my favorite kind of date.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm. Like scootering. I don't know. Something like cute.
Yeah. Is there a short list of places to go visit?
No.
No?
I have no idea.
I'll go wherever.
That is just the magical thing about my life right now is like Phineas will just be like, you want to come to Minneapolis with me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Okay. And then it's like the best day ever. Like you want to come to literally anywhere. And it's just fun because it's like a new place.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know, when did you first know you wanted to make a clothing line?
I mean, it was definitely something I've always kind of thought of because it's just like, what a cool, fun dream.
Yeah.
But that opportunity sort of just like landed in my lap. I've worked with Nordstrom in the past, and but that definitely just sort of felt like it came out of nowhere. And so I mean, I guess I knew once that phone call came in, and I was like, what? Okay. I'm super down.
Yeah, I guess I manifested this.
Yeah. No, I can't even give credit to the law of attraction for that one.
Okay, last question, which I think I know the answer. What has been the highlight of 2019 in terms of career and personal achievements?
Oh, yeah. That's the clothing line.
That's for sure the clothing line.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's so exciting. Well, what's coming up for the rest of 2019?
That's a great question. Oh, man. I feel like I have nothing else sort of like big lined up or in the works. Mm-hmm. But that's sort of just how our jobs go.
Yeah, and that's when things start to flow in too. Like you make space for things, especially this being such a big baby that you just birthed. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah.
Give yourself some maternity leave for a second.
Yeah, no, I'm like letting myself just sit and chill and just post the content that we shot for so long. You know,
because
it's a nice.
While we're recording this, the line isn't currently out yet, right?
Okay. Comes out August 22nd.
August 22nd. So when this goes live, it will be out already. So where can everyone find it? Can they find it in stores?
Yeah, it's we've got in select stores, 33 different stores.
Cool.
32 in the US, one in Canada, and then of course Nordstrom.com. So
that's so cool.
Crazy. I know.
What a weird thing to say out loud and it
so
be a
weird.
True thing.
I've like cried a lot thinking about it. It's very surreal.
That's awesome. Claudia, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Before you go, though, every guest on the podcast gets a personalized fortune cookie from us to them. So feel free to open it and read the fortune that's inside.
Can I say this is cute? This
we
plate.
Try to be cute.
The cute little plate with the cute little fortune cookie.
We're trying to keep it cute.
Oh my God, for a second I was like,
oh yeah,
I have no fortune.
Pranked ya.
She's just a little balled up in there in the corner. Mm-hmm. A little shy girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Doop-a-doop-bop, boop-a-doop-boop. Okay. We've also written a song about you called Claudia, but we don't want to embarrass anyone with how good it is, so we'll keep it to ourselves for now. Slashy face.
Yeah.
That's my favorite, is a slashy face.
Is that what you call it?
Is that what it is? Or like...
I never know how to...
What would you call it?
Just like
the...
Yeah. Womp womp.
We're going to keep her... Well, I understand.
Yeah.
You don't have to play if you don't want to. It's okay.
Thank you.
I get
it. Claudia, where can people find you online if they don't already know?
Pretty much just my name, Claudia Sulewski. It's a long one. It's a tough one. Sulewski. Yeah, my Twitter and Instagram are just Claudia Sulewski, as well as my YouTube.
Awesome. Thank you again so much for being here. This was so fun.
This was so fun.
Go check out the line. She's got something for everyone there, and it's all affordable and adorable. And we'll see you guys next time on another episode of Not Too Deep. Goodbye.
Bye.
Too deep, too deep, too deep. Not Too Deep with Grace Helbig.
Not Too Deep is a production of Grace Helbig Incorporated, producer and edited by Melissa D. Montz, writing by Diane Kang, production assistance by Katrina Henning, post-production sound by Chris Henry, and an extra special thanks to Flula for the theme music.